Hello and welcome to the S Word Live. My name is Renee Rebar. I'm a sales strategist, TEDx speaker, and author, and I am excited to share with you today on the S Word Live 2 factors that most coaches miss when creating and selling their first course. So for those of us who haven't met yet, I've been in sales for over 24 years. And I've owned my own business since I was 23 years old. I'm 46, so the math is 23 years. So I've seen the ebbs and flows and the new things and the fashions, if you will, come and go. And what I strive to do is help women especially learn to sell from the heart so that it feels like a conversation. Hello, Mia, say hello as you join, and not like a forced or pushy sales process. So when it comes to selling your first course, I know that when we come to the online space, it's definitely out there. It's talked about quite a bit. How can I make my first course? How can I sell my first course? For the women that I work with, oftentimes they are CPAs or lawyers. They've got real life back end experience, right? They've been in the C-suite. They've trained teams. They've run teams. They've run groups. They've been leaders in their industry. And when they come to the online space, they come on as a coach or a consultant to coach other businesses through those very specific processes, right? So let me know if you're a coach or a consultant down below in the comments. So do you do coaching or consulting? What is your field? What do you do? I'd love to hear. Hey, hello, yes, happy to catch you live. Hello, thank you so much for commenting. I love seeing you live. So let me know, are you a coach, a consultant, and what do you do? Again, whether you're a bookkeeper, a CPA, or whether you work with systems and processes, or whether you're an former art director or a brand designer, there's so many amazing, smart people right here on planet Internet, and you're probably one of them. But when you come to the online space and you look for those one-on-one consulting, coaching opportunities, they certainly are there. And I talk a lot about how to connect with and sell to that one-to-one person. What I'm going to talk about today is about when you shift from selling one-to-one to one-to-many. And it's a little different. There are 2 factors that a lot of these amazingly smart women never think about. Hello, Heather. Nice to see you here. Heather's a Sell Like a Mother student. She's amazing brand designer. You should definitely check her out if you're looking for a website or anything for the branding. So with that being said, what I want to share with you today is these 2 factors. Number 1 is mindset. When I just hosted an amazing weekend for my Inner Circle Mastermind in Miami, so many of the women were ready to start their own, group program and or course. But their biggest challenge was, oh my goodness, what if the people who buy this, or what if the person who gets my course or goes into my group program, what if they don't get the same results as if I worked with them one-on-one? It's a huge problem. As women, we care. We care about that. We don't just want to throw spaghetti at the wall and hope it sticks. We truly care about our students, whether it's a one-on-one relationship or in a group or course environment. And so there are pieces to put into place inside of the curriculum to make sure that they do get the results. Specifically, live action bonuses, like getting one-on-one coaching involved in that, or getting live group coaching calls, but also emails and bots and messages included to keep the interest going, to keep them into the curriculum, to keep them holding them accountable, right? And so there's so many mindset pieces. The strategy helps, but the true thing is, I'll be honest, it's about believing that it's possible, right? For so many of us, we think that we have to be there and, hands on, hands tight on the wheel to be able to teach someone to get the result that we know how to get. So tell me if you've ever felt that way, or if you know someone that feels like they have to be there personally to be able to get a result for someone that they know so well how to get. I know I went through that same thing. When I was creating Sell Like a Mother, I was doing all of it one-on-one. And I really thought, my goodness, how can someone possibly get the same results if I'm not with them all the time? How could they possibly know how to do this if I'm not with them, if I'm not with them on the phone? The answer is in the curriculum, designing it so that there are small, digestible pieces and a way to continue the conversation with them so they don't get off track. But that mindset shift comes from within. It's knowing that your education, your experience is wide and deep enough to be able to share with others in a capacity that they can take and run with it. And oftentimes it's about not underestimating your students. right? How many times have we underestimated even our family or our children? I know, for example, when I underestimated it, that my 8-year-old wasn't able to tie his shoe, and he's like, I totally can. Watch this. And I was like, oh, okay, I guess you can. He also did the same thing with riding a bike. I missed out on the whole, let me ride behind you and hold your seat. He's like, oh, I can totally ride a bike. Watch me. Whoa. So it's very often that we underestimate someone else's capabilities. Remember, you have smart students as well. So the mindset piece is the first piece. The second piece, oh my goodness, is big, right? And that's the strategy piece. So when I think about the strategy, and I wrote down, you love my notes, right? I wrote down these 3 major components that is really the cornerstones of the strategy piece. And that is, number 1, to create the curriculum so that it continues the conversation. That does help with the mindset, but what I mean by the strategy is embedding it, planting in, baking in these touch points so that the people that buy your course, they know that they should expect to see you show up. So I know the people that buy my Sell Like a Mother course, they're not surprised when I show up on their live streams or when I show up in their inbox and I hang out with them. I love to share and to continue to share their work as well. I also know that when it comes to strategy, it's important to create an offer, because when you think about the one-on-one work, to create that offer that feels like it's an irresistible offer, and this is where that mindset comes back around. If we feel like there's a chance that if someone takes our course and they won't get the same results, the energy behind that will be totally off. So creating a sales page, writing out a sales page, answering those 5 key sales questions that every single buyer needs to know. And the biggest one that most of my clients miss when they're transitioning from one-on-one coaching and consulting into creating a course is the why buy now. Why now? If the course is being created and it's always going to live there, then why is now the time? Well, that's where baking in those different key components into the curriculum, like live coaching or live one-on-ones or other special pieces, those are available when you buy by this date. So it's key to have those why buy nows baked into our sales pages. And of course, answering those 5 questions. But finally, and this is really the biggest part that most people get tripped up on, all the work is in their head, right? All the information is in their head. They're used to working one-on-one with people. They're used to getting them these results. They put it into a course and they're like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. This is a lot of work. So what I've encouraged my clients to do, and I'm going to encourage you to do today, is to start to offer it before it's done. The reason is because you already have the information, but it's very easy to let yourself off the hook. So by pre-selling it, 2 things are happening. Number 1, the people that have purchased it before the course is over get the chance to build it with you. What a benefit. And again, that gets baked into the sales page. What a benefit. You get to tell me what the most important parts are, and we get to build it together. There's no question about you having the information or having the right information in the right order. The question is, what needs to go into the course in what order? And those people that buy it early, those first adopters, those beta students, those founding students, those students will help you build it out. It is so incredible. They get a special price. That's another why buy now. They get in, they get to help you build it, and you get to be held accountable to build it, because when they're waiting for it, there's nothing like them waiting for it to make you put it into reality. And lastly, of course, it validates. That validates your course. If people are willing to jump in on that, they want to work with you in that capacity, they can't afford your one-on-one services, you want to be able to help more people at a more value-driven price, this is the way to do it. And it helps, of course, you not have to be always on meetings, right? It allows you to take those vacations and take those breaks, to have that foundational container of information, of lessons, of training sessions that you've done with one-on-one clients, or that you have spawned from one-on-one client work. That is where those people can truly gain the benefit. And where even as you continue to have one-on-one clients, you can refer them to that container of information. I know I do that all the time, whether it's with my one-on-one clients or even my mastermind women. They are incredible at being able to pull lessons all out of that big container course, and then of course have access to me one-on-one. So there's so many benefits, but with those 2 factors, the mindset and the strategy, you too can take that consulting work, that experience you've taken years to develop, and turn it from one-on-one into a course. So I've given you those 2 components. It's just a start. Start there and let me know how it's going. PM me. I'd love to hear how your transition is going. And no matter what, make sure you click the link to continue the conversation, because Planet Internet is a big place and I don't want to lose touch. Have a happy Wednesday. I'll see you next Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. Eastern for our S Word Live. Woo! Where's the button I can